Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne. And I'm bringing you a video tonight titled, Her Fantasy Will Always Reveal Her Priority. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available on my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. Her fantasy will always reveal her priority. And why is that? Because women choose because they have. And what I mean by that is women choose because they have an unlimited supply of sexual options, but a very menial and minimal supply of fantasy sexually attractive men. So when a woman chooses you, that means that she's escaped the average that she has to choose from, which is the majority. The average guy that she's not satisfied with, but he's a sexual option. And I'll get more into that. He's a sexual option. He's one of the million swinging dicks that will take his turn up to bat if she gives him a chance. But she's not satisfied with those men. She wants her world to be suspended. She wants the reality of what she encounters on a regular basis to be interrupted by who? The fantasy man, the fantasy sexually attractive man. That's what she wants. And so women choose because they have. And you understand that a woman's priority is always revealed by her fantasy. Her fantasy always reveals her priority because she will dismiss the average man when she encounters her fantasy man. She'll dismiss that man immediately. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've been out, in the nightlife. A woman has already chosen one of the, interchangeable average men that she was going to go home with that night. Reluctantly. But she wanted to, something was better than nothing. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that woman abandon that man after taking one look at me, walk away from that man like he never existed, and come with me. Because her desire for the fantasy man is her preference. It's her priority. And it always comes into focus when she's in a position with an average man, one of the million swinging dicks that she has access to. It's always comes to focus when she's with the average man and she can get in the presence of the fantasy man. It happens every time. And that's why I laugh internally and I outwardly question when men try to convince me that they could have had this woman. They could have had this woman. Oh, if I had more time. Oh, if I had more this, if I had more that. No, if she wants you, she's choosing you. And choosing you means that she's not giving any interruption between her and her experience that she wants with you. There's no interruption, no games, no delays, no nothing. And so when a man tells me, oh, I could have had her, I know he's full of shit. And he's so used to eating shit that a lot of times he don't even realize he's full of shit. Because he didn't understand the alternative was to be her priority. And instead of saying, I could have had her, his words would have been, I had her, with no interruptions and no games. But a lot of men, they don't even understand all sides of the coin because they're used to being the non-priority. The man that is the woman uses to pass time with. That's his norm. So what else does he know? And then when you talk fantasy talk, they think you're crazy because that's not their norm. And then rubs them the wrong way when they see it happen right in front of their face. Because they're like, what the hell did I just see? It's something that they convince themselves is not possible. And so you have to be very careful about how you enter a woman's space. Because if you're not a woman's priority in her fantasy, you're her plaything. And there's nothing in between. You're her plaything. And when you're her plaything, you have to enter her world through her playground. And her playground is the possibility of sex or the dispensation of sex with an ask associated with it. The dispensation of sex with an ask associated with it, an offering. And so when you're not a woman's priority, and she makes up in her mind that, okay, I'll tolerate this motherfucker, and she lets you in her world through entering her playground, then she's going to dangle the possibility of sex in front of you, but you're going to have to give her certain things. And she's going to say, okay, you just gave me that, give me this. And then she's going to cheer your retarded ass on. And she's going to say, oh, your offerings, they're accumulating. They're accumulating. You're almost there. She's going to cheer your retarded ass on. She's going to say, you're almost there. The accumulation of these offerings is almost making up for my lack of sexual attraction to you. That's what women are saying when they require these offerings and you're on the playground. And she already has it made up in her mind if she's going to let you in or when she's going to let you in sexually. And you're in the blind. So she's in the power position. And you've accepted submission. And so you're on her playground. And eventually, when you disrespect yourself enough and compromise your masculinity enough, maybe she'll give you a piece of pussy. Maybe. Because you deserve to be played with because you entered her playground. And then you have the other man who got into her world. And now she understands that she can trust this man. Okay? And let me explain by what I mean trust this man, right? She needs to know you're there. So that's why women, when you're an option to them, that's why women, they have to test you with an unwarranted act of disrespect. They have to do that. Because if you tolerate her disrespect, she knows you're there. She knows that she can trust you. She knows that she has not evolved into a woman that can pair herself with a quality man. So she needs a collection of men that she can get different things out of to get a semblance of a satisfactory experience. So when she disrespects you, that's her barometer engaged to see if you'll stick around. And she knows that if you don't respect yourself, then you're going to tolerate her disrespect and that you're not going anywhere every time she disrespects you. So you're there. She needs to know you're there. That's all she needs to know. Because if she disrespects you and you stand tall and you walk away from her, then she knows that she doesn't have any real use for you if she's not attracted to you. She doesn't have any use for you. If you can't be disrespected and played with, she doesn't have any use for you. And so she has to test you to see if you're a man that she has use for. To see if you're there. If you can be trusted to always be there. If you're weak for that pussy. If you do anything for that pussy. If you tolerate any act of disrespect and demeaning sentiment from her for that pussy. She needs to know you're there. And then once she knows you're there, then now you can graduate from the possibility, okay, now she's going to give you a little something. And it's going to be intermittent. Because every time that you get a piece of pussy from this girl, after you made it through the phase of possibility, right? Every time you get a piece of pussy from this girl, it's going to come with an ask. It's going to come with, you gave an offering. You withstood possibility by giving enough offerings. Okay, now it's actuality. You got you a piece. But how you begin is how you end. So since you begin the game that way, and you pay the entry fee of gifts, offerings, and disrespect to get on her playground, now, in order to stay there, after you've acquired and gotten the thing that you wanted through imbalance, to stay there, now you're going to have to continue to give gifts. And the gifts are going to have to get greater. Because her disdain for you being in her presence is greater as well. The greater gift is a requirement to offset her increasing lack of attraction to and desire for you. That's why the gifts are going to have to get greater. Because she knows you're there. And you're there in a way that you don't respect yourself. So now the gifts are going to have to get greater. Because you've proven yourself to be a man who does not love or respect himself. So she's going to require you to show more levels of self-hate. and more tolerance for disrespect. She's going to require you to show that. The asks are going to get greater. And so how this culminates is she's going to have an intermittent presence in your life. She's going to be in and out of your life because no matter what you give her, it's not enough for her to continuously stay in your presence. It's not enough because she can't negate biologically what she wants. So she's going to split time between the men that she wants and the men that she needs. The men who is there. See, she needs to know that you're there because there's certain things that she needs from you that the guys that she wants refuse to give to her or are not in a position to give to her. So you are a piece of a culmination of men that compensate for her lack of evolution to become the woman who's a match for the man that she really wants. She needs a Franken-men to compile the man that she really wants, the one man that she would like every attribute in, but she can't have it. So now that she knows that you're there, she'll spend her time, her intimate, non-offering requiring time, her sexual time will be given to the man that she wants, the man that she is primarily attracted to. And then when she needs something that the man that she wants can't give her, then she'll come over to you. And that's why she's in and out of your life. She comes back to you when she needs something. And believe me, I'm talking firsthand account experience. I see this shit. And she needs something. And there's always an attitude while she's there because she really wants to be with the man that she wants. But she's dissatisfied because the man that she wants can't give her what she needs. And so she reluctantly comes to you. And she knows that you're there. And she can trust you to tolerate her attitude, her disrespect, her rationing out the sex. Yeah, she's just taking a break from the guy that she really wants. And some of these women, I've seen some of my, people around me, I've seen the woman let the man know, I don't want you. I'm attracted to guys who are not like you. And since the man is not attracted to himself, he says, oh, baby, please stay. What is it going to take? And she says, okay, this is what it's going to take. When she's not primarily attracted to you, the offering will always be in the material world. Once again, when she's not primarily attracted to you, the offering will always be in the material world. So he says, what do I have to give you? And then she's going to enter and ask a request for an offering from the material world to compensate for her lack of attractiveness to you. And so nothing's going to keep a woman away from a man that she desires, her fantasy man. Nothing. And anytime a woman gives you an excuse of why she can't immediately get with you as soon as you two meet, because women create sexual situations for their fantasy man, because it's her fantasy, it's an escape, it's a privilege, it's a pleasure. And if she's giving you anything other than that, she's about to tolerate you if she lets you on her playground. So nothing's going to get in between that woman and her experiencing her fantasy. So there's no delays. But see, the thing is that you have to become a sexually attractive enough man to develop the instincts to let you know when a woman is playing with you. Because if you know what it's like to continuously be chosen and to not be played with, then if a woman tries to play with you, the instinct, the ingrained memory, lessons, and truth of women constantly choosing you is going to pervade your consciousness. And when that pervades your consciousness, then a woman that tries to play with you, it doesn't register. You're gone. And that's why it's amazing to have the, guys around me try to rationalize why they couldn't get with certain women as soon as they met them. Why women are disrespecting them and playing with them and requiring things. It's because they don't have the reference points of being a sexy, attractive fantasy man. They masquerade as if they do, but the truth always casts light on the darkness. So a man can tell me he has experiences or has certain outcomes in his life, and I can hear how he went about acquiring the outcomes, and I can decipher what kind of man that he is. And so a lot of men will see me and they'll try to fool me because they see things happen right in front of their faces they've never seen before when it comes to women. And so they'll try to fool me, but I can read in between the lines. I can see every lie. I can see every exaggeration, over-exaggerate. I can see it all. And that's why the fantasy is not normal, because most men are playing with themselves. They're giving women an open invitation to play with them. And so they can never be a priority because it takes you to become a fantasy and develop the instinct to only deal with women who see you as a priority. Because you're the priority, or you're the man that is to occupy the playground. That's it. And see, a lot of these women that are playing with you men, it is a very positive thing. Because their design in your life is that they're supposed to play with you until you get frustrated enough to stop playing with yourself. Their design in your life is that they're supposed to play with you until you get frustrated enough to stop playing with yourself. These experiences can be a catalyst to breakthrough to get to the next level of becoming a sexually attractive man, a fantasy man. And you've heard me say that term many times in this video, but you reach the levels of fantasy and sexual attractiveness when you take yourself seriously enough to explore every gift, talent, ability, every offering that's been given to you, that's tailored to you, the unique things about you that are exceptional. When you explore those things and you don't want to be any other man but yourself, and you accept the unique hand that you were dealt, you accept all of your offerings that are a representation of your greatness, your uniqueness, that's when you're on the road to becoming a sexy, attractive fantasy man. That's when you're on the road, because you're accepting yourself and now you're exploring yourself. And when you explore yourself, you're going to find out great things about yourself. You're going to find out every unique offering that you were sent here to deliver to this world. And once you deliver it, life is going to give you back your best. You're going to evolve. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to be better. And you're going to be more impactful. And when you become that man, then you're going to elevate to a point that everything that enters your space is going to recognize the great man that you've become, the greatness that's radiating from you, the impactfulness that you display and give on a regular basis. That's what I meant by becoming the sexy, attractive fantasy man. And that's a departure because most men are not in love with themselves. And not in a narcissistic way, but in a healthy way that you discover things about yourself that represent your best and you enhance your best. And even the areas of your life that you have control over that are not their best, you bolster those areas. You bolster your physique. You have control over that. You change your diet. You have control over that. You control the things that you can control that are a catalyst and a gateway to you exploring your personal greatness. That's how you become the sexy, attractive fantasy man. It needs no more nuance or no more detail than that. But if you're not a woman's fantasy, if you're not her fantasy, you're just another option. You're just another peg and occupant on her playground. And so her fantasy always reveals her priorities. I can't say it anymore. I can't say it any better. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bringing you a video tonight titled, Her Fantasy Always Reveals Her Priority. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available on my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And I hear you all in the comments. You want me to make particular videos on specific topics. Those are called custom videos. If you want me to make a custom video, you make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description. And on the note feature on PayPal and the note feature that's on Cash App, they both have a note feature. You leave the title of the video that you want me to make after you make your donation and you complete your donation. And once you complete your donation, your video will be on my channel right here, Matthew C. Horne Dating, on 24 hours or less. If your subject matter is more nuanced, is more detailed, then just leaving a note on PayPal or Cash App. You make your $150 more donation on PayPal or Cash App. You bypass the note feature, and you email me at matthewchorne.com with your more nuanced and in-depth description of what you want me to make your video on. And then I will have your video on my channel in 24 hours or less. If you've listened to my message tonight and your thought process have been elevated, you have more clarity, and you can see the greatness inside of yourself that you need to unleash. If you notice you don't have a mindset, or you're questioning the mindset that you implemented to be on a woman's playground instead of being her priority. If your thought process have been elevated, I want you to make a donation to my PayPal or Cash App information that's in my video description. I never take your donations for granted. I never tell you what to donate. Just donate according to how you've been impacted. Your donations continue to help me to grow and elevate and move forward as I continue to help you to grow, elevate, and move forward through consistently bringing you this elevated content, man. Y'all keep me going, okay? If you're in need of coaching, if you have different challenges, impediments, shortcomings, and frustrations in the dating space, then I want you to email me at matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, you leave your name, you leave your phone number, and you leave whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space that you're unable to overcome, the root of your dating frustration. And I will do an assessment and email you right back with the terms of the coaching. And once you accept the terms, we'll set the date and time, and then we'll have a 1-hour coaching session that will change the complexion of your life. Reach out to me for coaching. I'm still looking to fill the slots of the 5 individuals who want to take a year-long coaching journey with me. In this year-long coaching journey with me, this is a mentorship journey. I'm your dating coach. I'm your life coach, your mentor for an entire year. You're going to get a minimum of 3 coaching calls per week. I'm going to assess exactly where you are when we get started, and I want to take an uninhibited look at you. I'm not going to listen to what you say. I'm going to look at your outcomes. I'm going to size you up, and I'm going to see exactly where you are. And I want to create some amazing curriculum, specified coaching, tailored just to you, so that I can begin to immediately put you in position and give you the doctrine and the coaching so that you can experience breakthroughs immediately. It's going to be a year of coaching, breakthrough to breakthrough, until you become a man that is unrecognizable to yourself and to others. You're going to exceed your expectations. 3 coaching calls with me for a year. How do you think that's going to turn out? So if you're in need of coaching, if you would like the year-long coaching journey with me, the mentorship journey, then I want you to reach out to me at matthewchorne.com. I want you to leave mentorship in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, I want you to leave your name, your phone number, and tell me about yourself in terms of where you are right now in your life, in the dating space. And the second half of that will be tell me where you want to be. And I'll create a program that will take you to places that will exceed anywhere that you saw yourself arriving. You're going to get 3 coaching calls per week. You're going to have 24-hour access to me as well. You can be in any situation at any time with any woman. You can reach out, call me, text me, email me 24 hours a day. You're going to get a response. Also, I'm going to meet up with you in person no matter where you are in the world. That's why I can only take on 5 individuals, because that's a lot of bandwidth I'm giving of myself. But I want 5 people that are really serious. And that's why I limit it to 5, okay? So if you're, we're going to meet up in person. No matter where you are in the world, I can coach you in person. We can go out together, bars, clubs, whatever we need to do so that we can get around some women and move and shape and, do this thing in person. So if you're interested in taking a year-long coaching journey with me, once again, you email me, matthewchorne.com, your name, your phone number in the body of the email, subject matter of the email, mentorship, and just tell me about yourself in the body of the email, where you are and where you want to be, okay? And I'm not going to email you back. I'm going to call you back so that we can get on the phone and decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the duration of a year, okay? Lastly, my dating coaching community on the school platform. I want everyone to sign up. In my dating coaching community, every member of the community gets to get on the line with me once a week on a live with me in the school platform on my dating coaching community. You get on the live with me once a week. I do a monologue on a particular topic. The members of the community that are on the live, we discuss the topic. And the remainder of the time, I'm your dating coach for an hour. You get to ask me anything that you want to ask me for an entire hour. We have amazing conversations. They take twists, they take turns, and they ultimately land at breakthroughs every week. Every coaching call that I've had on my live with the members of the community is archived. You can go back, join my community right now, and you can watch every live that I've had in the community. Also, I do 2 custom videos that are not on YouTube that are just for the community every week, and I put them right in the community. And I allow the members of the community to give me their topics that they want me to make videos on as well. So I want you to join my dating coach community. Every video I made for the community is archived as well. I can correspond with you in the community as well. It's a great community. Everyone's elevating, growing. I'm seeing the men who consistently show up. I'm seeing them experience breakthroughs. And it's a place where amazing growth happens every time you enter the community. So I want you to sign up for my dating coach community that's on the school platform, okay? The link to sign up will be in the video description. Thank you all for spending some time with me tonight. Always remember that her fantasy will always reveal her priority. You either are someone that she tolerates or someone who is an escape from the pool of men that she tolerates. It's nothing like her encountering a man that is a full representation of her fantasy while she's biding her time with the men that are a full representation of the average man that she's forced to spend her time with, because there's not enough fantasy men to allow her to escape from those pool of men. Be the fantasy man or be nothing else. Be your priority and you will be a woman's priority. And when you're your own priority, you take yourself seriously to the point that you elevate to heights that are unusual. And the man that is unusual, the woman will always have an eye for him as her fantasy. I'll see you all soon.